It's a once-in-a-lifetime event for our community.
The NFL selects Green Bay, Wisconsin.
And no one is getting you ready for the draft like Local 5. It's Titletown's turn. Presented by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us tonight for our continuing coverage of Titletown's turn to host the NFL Draft.
Tonight, we check in with the key groups working to pull off this once-in-a-lifetime event. From the Packers to police and fire, we've got you covered. Also with a creative twist, and the Wisconsin artist who's putting the final touches on his display, which will be featured at the draft.
All right, first though, an update on how the construction of the draft theater is coming along now that we're entering the home stretch leading up to draft day.
Well, who else would we go to than Local 5's Timothy Leteau? You know, he's always getting the exclusives. He's got another one tonight inside the construction site at Lambeau Field. Good evening, Timothy.
Hey there, Michelle and Tom. That's right. We've reported before on the extensive permitting process that the fire department puts any kind of structure through, but now they and the NFL are revealing to me the kinds of challenges and even the dangers that crews face when they're building this towering 90-foot tall draft stage.
The things that we're building are very complicated, but we make sure that every risk is assessed before we put somebody in a situation like that. And our crews that have been doing these big builds for 10 years now, since we left New York and went to Chicago.
Every day, every hour that the NFL draft construction crews are working, the Green Bay Metro Fire Department is watching.
Just because it's a temporary structure doesn't mean that it doesn't follow building codes.
The NFL draft stage and other elements are required to be permitted and follow building codes, which is ensured by the fire department throughout the build.
We're just primarily looking at how it's all being put together. So in the event that something were to go bad, we have at least a knowledge of the construction and how we would pursue it from doing rescues if we need to get those done.
Even for firefighters who think they've seen it all, they just haven't.
Completely different than anything we've seen. I mean, we're talking about 1.2 acres under one roof. That's a temporary structure. So it's a massive structure.
This is going to be the biggest event that we're ever part of in our careers here in Green Bay. It's going to be bigger than a normal game day, which is, something that we haven't seen, but it's not something that we can't adapt to.
For this testing build, the fire department is keeping a close eye on two things: the pace that the crew is working at, and also the wind.
The thing that we probably worry about the most is if they start to run behind schedule, and then people get in a rush, and that's where injuries can take place, that's where shortcuts get made and mistakes happen.
Fortunately, the fire department says none of that has occurred, and the crews have complied with all requirements so far. But Wisconsin weather isn't always so cooperative.
We've had issues over the last couple days with the wind being an issue, just because those are high structures. They're temporary, they look like a big sail.
Even though it's been problematic at times, the NFL says the wind and other weather conditions have not caused major delays for the 200 workers on site.
We're definitely on schedule. There hasn't been major weather concerns, but we always pad the build schedule for contingency related to weather. But we're definitely on schedule. You'll see some of the elements in the parking lot start going up.
Despite the built-in days for adverse weather, the crew will be working on the site until the day before the draft. And it wouldn't be the Midwest without some unexpected meteorological activity.
Springtime in, the Midwest. So we expect there are going to be delays related to weather, but no significant ones at this point.
The only kinds of weather that could force a halt to operations are high winds and lightning.
But it's really only when there's in the event of high winds or lightning, right? We continue in rain where it's safe to operate heavy machinery and have riggers, up building the theater. That, that takes obviously some more optimal weather.
As the roof is now mounted on the draft stage, more of the crew's attention will shift from the sky to the ground.
The graphics and the decor, what we call decor program, that will come up. The scrim will go on all of the fences, and you're going to see that huge fence come up around Titletown, around the parking lots.
And so that decorative screen fencing will start to go up later this week or early next week, in the next coming days. A lot of changes to take place in the next week. Unlike, a typical Packers game, with the draft, you're going to have to check in at those general admission gates. So that's why there will be a lot of extra fencing that you'll see. but a lot of changes will be on it all. For now, live in this construction site, Timothy Leteau, Local 5 News.
We thank you, Tim. And with those closures now in effect, the majority of Lambeau Field and Titletown's public parking lots, they're now closed. The Lambeau Field atrium and Titletown businesses, though, they remain open to visitors.
It may seem like these changes are happening a mile a minute, and you would be right. All final checks and confirmations are happening at Lambeau Field before the draft opens, and the Tennessee Titans are on the clock.
Okay, so joining us now to give us some insight into the final preparations, this is Gabrielle Dow from the Packers. Thanks for being here, as if you don't have enough to do to make time for us. Give us an update now on the completion of that stage. What's the latest on that?
Well, right now they're finishing the stage, so all the screens and the LEDs are going up. And then all the hospitality tents around the campus. And then one team is loading in all the experiences. So a 40-yard dash, you'll be able to see every locker of every team, helmets from every team. So remember, this is just not the Packers. We're celebrating all the teams, all 32 teams.
Yeah, great opportunities for selfies with all the helmets on display. I love it. I know the NFL league is in the lead, but come on, Gabrielle, you are everywhere. What are the Packers doing to support the effort?
Oh, behind the scenes, we're working together with PMI and Discover Green Bay, and basically making sure that you know, we have a great fan and guest experience. So whether it's from transportation or parking, we're encouraging everyone to find a neighborhood, park at someone's home, spend $40 for a beer brought and a bathroom, and really embrace the Wisconsin tailgate, and of course cheese curds and lots of beer.
Okay, during the commercial break, we were all laughing here because I got to ask Gabrielle the question that she can't answer. Gee, Gabrielle, what are the big rock acts and music acts coming?
Go there, Tom.
I love it. I cannot share. I am so sorry, but it should be coming out at least I think tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
yes.
we
do
can't
you know?
convince you.
Do
Oh,
you-
of course.
You know. Oh, that makes it all the
Right.
worse.
Okay. Can you give us an era, maybe?
Goodness.
That's a great question. Yeah, I don't. No, I can't.
We'll have to get her dancing shoes on,
Yes,
though.
exactly.
Am I going to say wow? Am I going to go, wow, really?
Yes.
Okay.
I think so.
It's Tom. Tom's performing at the draft, in case you didn't know.
no.
What are you personally looking forward to the most?
I think for our city and our state to show off the smallest city, NFL city, hosting one of the biggest events. I think that's what I'm excited to see.
Nice.
And we're just going to really, I know this city and this community is going to embrace it. So we're welcoming everyone.
Any last minute reminders for people who are going to be headed to the draft?
Yes, NFL One Pass. Download the NFL One Pass app, because you'll be able to see all the things that are going on. I mean, they have a ton of alumni coming, and there'll be player signings, giveaways, different activities, and it's just basically like your own Outlook for the 3 days of the event, where you can just plan your day.
Wow.
And the bottom line, if something unanticipated happens, there is a plan. There are people in place who are like, okay, I've got to make an off-the-cuff decision.
Absolutely. We have an entire command center and an area where everybody is present and doing the things that you're talking about.
Oh my
So
goodness,
that,
it's kind of like launching a rocket.
It totally is. And then the city and the county, the police, and all the different law enforcement are all involved in everyone's safety. So
All right.
that's very important.
Gabrielle Dow, thanks so much for making time for us tonight. I can't wait to go to commercial because we're going to shake her down for that information, so stay right there.
We're going to try. And congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. All right, who gets my pin?
We'll have to fight for
Yeah,
it
we'll
during
fight.
the break. Yeah, so please stay with us, because after the break, we're going to talk about safety and security. Don't go anywhere.
And now, Draft Day Memories, brought to you by the True North Convenience Stores.
Yeah, no, it was awesome. It was a great time of uncertainty, not knowing where you're going. But yeah, like you said, the COVID obviously impacted the draft, so was at my house. But I got the call from the Packers, and it was one of the best days of my life.
Well, behind the scenes of all the draft fun, it's another serious day at the office for Green Bay Police.
Local 5's Timothy Leteau now with details on how police plan to keep those massive crowds safe.
In the twilight of his law enforcement career, Green Bay Police Captain Ben Allen is still learning, daily, especially when it comes to the NFL draft. For that, he turns to Detroit's police leaders.
The biggest advice they gave me was just be patient. Plans change regularly with weather delays and, build out.
Weather, crowd control, and traffic are the top concerns that the NFL draft law enforcement team will be keeping an eye on.
The concern then is the days of the event itself and the increased traffic, the number of fans that are coming into town. That will certainly slow things down quite a bit.
Last year, Detroit had to close their campus as a result of the overflow of fans. And while Green Bay's campus is larger, police tell me that there's still a very real possibility of having to turn fans away.
There are, believe it or not, density professionals out there that will watch that. And it's more than counting the number of people. It's really about space that groups of people take up.
Captain Allen says that overflow fans may be turned toward Lambeau Field or other areas inside the campus to watch the draft. But if the overflow is large enough, closing the campus may be the only option.
If that happens, there may be some temporary closures of the gates while we get that organized and get people going in the right direction. And if that becomes overcrowded, then absolutely we'll close the gates down.
Still, Captain Allen is looking at the situation with a positive lens and thinks there could be a chance the crowd will replicate that of a Packer game day, just not all fitting neatly into the Lambeau Field Bowl.
250,000 over the 3 days is 83,000 a day, which is very similar to the size of the crowds we see for Packer games. Because of the space is so much bigger and the staffing that we put out there, we can certainly handle more than that without a doubt.
The final days and hours of the draft will be going over plans, trainings, and checking in with other safety teams.
Thinking about all the contingency planning, doing some additional training internally, visiting the site regularly, meeting with our partners, both public safety, EMS, and our fire partners in this.
Captain Allen and the rest of the security team are ready to apply their knowledge to Northeast Wisconsin's next biggest event after they get through each round of the draft.
I think there's a lot out there that we can certainly tackle for events in our area. And we know that there'll be good outcomes with this event too. So, but I think we kind of wait and see for a little bit and kind of catch our breath after this one.
In Green Bay, Timothy Latow, Local 5 News.
And on a personal note, Captain Allen will be retiring sometime in the next 6 months. We thank him for his years of service to our community.
And when it is Titletown's turn to host the NFL draft, the weather can play a big factor in the fan experience, of course. Now, the entire event will be held outside around Lambeau Field in Titletown next week. And those with the NFL say the draft will go on, rain or shine. But there are contingencies in place.
From a fan perspective, the business of the draft will always continue. We always have a plan in place, and we're lucky enough to have Lambeau as our backdrop. So there are contingencies in place and efficiencies in place because we have the stadium as our backdrop, so that if there is high winds or electricity, fans can do what they normally would do at Lambeau.
We'll be on site at Lambeau Field, embedded with our partners. We're right there next to them, to where if we see hazardous weather, be it severe thunderstorm warning, tornado coming at us, we can tap them on the shoulder. And then from there, they'll take that information and do what they need to do from a public safety perspective.
And officials with the Packers have told Local 5 that both the Resch Center and the Expo, they're on standby as alternate venues in the event of severe weather.
Travelers will start converging on Northeast Wisconsin this weekend.
How local airports plan to deal with the increased foot traffic after the break.
Travelers are expected to start flying in for the draft in significant numbers this weekend.
Local 5's Timothy Latow explains what the airport staffs are expecting and how they want travelers to prepare.
It's a quiet week for Northeast Wisconsin airports. It's the calm before the storm the NFL draft will bring.
This week will be the busiest week that we've seen in at least 20 years.
Demand has skyrocketed as Green Bay Austin Straubel International Airport expects to be twice as busy with 20,000 passengers the week of the draft.
We saw the flights added a few months ago. They've been selling out really well in the last couple of weeks. So that was a direct result of the demand of people wanting to come into Green Bay to watch the draft.
At Appleton International Airport, it may not be a record-shattering week, but there will still be tens of thousands of more passengers headed through the terminal.
It will be one of the busier weeks of the year. While we see a lot of traffic during spring break, around the holidays, this might top what we see during those very peak weeks.
Across just the 5 peak travel days, the flights here at Appleton International Airport will have 27,000 seats.
We've been planning for this for over a year. So from all of our vendors inside the terminal to outside the terminal, we've been making sure that we can accommodate the additional traffic with additional staff and new policies, new procedures that are put in place.
One of the new changes in Appleton is the recently opened concourse project.
So we're going to be bringing 3 additional gates online through our new concourse project for the NFL Draft. That'll provide ample capacity for the additional flights and frequencies that we'll see.
And a crowded terminal is expected, so airport directors say to arrive with plenty of time to spare.
Arrive at least an hour and a half ahead of your flight, which is probably a little bit longer than we normally recommend. TSA wait lines will be a little bit longer during peak periods.
We always like to tell people to get mobile and ready, make sure that they are checked into their flight, that they've got their app downloaded for the airline. That way, if there's any flight disruption, they can go ahead and get notified first from the airline.
Despite all the commercial passengers pouring into the terminals the week of the draft, it's the private planes that have a bigger presence on the airport staff's radar.
The most challenging part for the extra traffic isn't so much the commercial traffic on the airlines. We have plenty of space inside the terminal building. We're watching the general aviation side, the private aircraft, and how many people will be coming in and needing to park those aircraft and fueling services.
While southern airports have previously anticipated taking on overflow private jets, Piet is hopeful not to have to turn any away from Green Bay.
Our intention is that anything that wants to land here can land here. We're fortunate with the 2 long runways. We have plenty of parking space. So our plan is to accommodate everybody.
In Greenville, Timothy Leteau, Local 5 News.
Thank you, Tim. How about this? After the draft is over, the Appleton International Airport, they're going to have a tailgate inside the airport to send the draft visitors off with a bang.
How
nice.
fun. Green Bay Metro bus service will operate a shuttle between downtown and Lambeau from noon until 10 at night the week of the draft, and on Saturday from 10 in the morning until 6 at night. The best part, it's free.
It will travel downtown on Washington Street, over Tillman Street Bridge, Ashland 9th over. Its destination is going to be the corner of St. Agnes and Ridge. People will be able to get on and off there. Bus will then travel back downtown. As it comes back downtown, it will then come in on Broadway and then back over the bridge, hit downtown, and it's just going to keep going. It's going to be a continuous loop. Buses will run about every 15 minutes.
Very convenient. Be aware, though, routes 8 and 9 will be on a different path during the draft because of all the road closures around Lambeau. Okay, straight ahead, a Wisconsin artist's woodworking skill will be on display for all the world to see when it's Titletown's turn. You'll meet him next.
Our coverage continues tonight for when it's Titletown's turn to host the draft. A Wisconsin artist is ready to unveil his work to the world.
He's already created unique items for the Milwaukee Brewers and boxer Mike Tyson. Local 5's Timothy Leteau has more on how the woodworker nailed down his biggest project yet.
Things have a way of just falling or fitting into place for Ike Winter.
Honestly, it was just like the opportunity to repurpose wood from the side of the road. That's like what drove the curiosity to do this. It wasn't to sell art. It was merely just a hobby.
The artist's busy studio in the village of Butler is now home to 32 NFL logos after 40 days and 500 hours of work, and set to be displayed at the NFL Draft in Green Bay.
They said they found my work online and said it might be a good fit for the draft this year for a project they had in mind. So all these pieces of art will line the player walkway as players get drafted.
Now, Ike's art will be on stage on an international level, one thing that's even hard for an artist to imagine.
It hasn't really hit me yet, and I don't really want to think about it until it happens. I very much live in the moment.
There's the saying that one person's trash is another's treasure, but for Ike, it was therapy too.
I was kind of going through some stuff and stress and mental challenges, so I just told myself, I was like, if I can sit in a studio and listen to music all day and cut wood, that's a pretty good therapeutic career for me.
8 years later, it would seem like a stressful responsibility to most, but to a master craftsman like Ike, it's a process as smooth as sanded wood.
I don't have a single paintbrush up here or a bucket of stain. So everything, we just had to get creative with like the furniture I picked up and then adapting it.
Ike enjoyed the challenge the most complicated logos of the Jaguars and Buccaneers brought to his cutting board, but it was really the one from Buffalo that touched him most.
My grandfather played for the Buffalo Bills he got drafted by the Buffalo Bills in 1944.
His grandfather, Raymond Cuffle, passed before he was born, but Ike is still able to feel rooted to him through wood.
Somehow through my career of picking up wood on the side of the road and turning it into art, we're both tied into something together that we both get to experience 81 years apart. Like, who would have thought?
It's long odds, but the NFL has branched across generations, just like each of the 32 puzzles have that perfect way of fitting together. In Butler, Timothy Leteau, Local 5 News.
Thank you, Tim. So here we are, just days away from the NFL draft taking over Titletown, the largest event ever held in this city. And Local 5 is bringing you unparalleled coverage you're not going to find anywhere else.
Yeah, we're on the clock with live coverage, including 6.5 hours straight on Thursday for opening day. We're also live streaming on our website at wearegreenbay.com. So come on, celebrate with us. Until then, good night, Titletown.